Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got 2023 G70 2-liter. Customer complaint our passenger window, not passenger window, the driver's window is not working. Um, it's my first time to see. I thought it's just a poor connection because it's a brand new car. So this is what's going on. The complaint was it was sticking. That's what the customer said, but it works and then sometimes it doesn't work, right? So I ordered a new motor after I did some testing. I'm gonna show you how I did my testing, right? And we're gonna see our wiring diagram. This is my first time to see this type of circuit, especially in the window, because usually the switch in here will just reverse the polarity going to the motor, and usually the motor has only two wires. In this case, in this Genesis G70, it has two wires, one link communication, oh no, four wires, power and ground, one link communication, and one wire from this switch. And from there, it's just gonna tell. I guess there's a module on that motor or a circuit. It's telling, okay, I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna go down. So yeah, and especially with new cars too, especially like Genesis or even Hyundai's. Um, Make it a habit that just do a full system scan because you'll never know. At least you can get to some, clues, a direction if there's a code, especially. Um, let's say I'm working on right now with a window. There's a module here. Maybe it will give some direction. But in this case, right now, we don't have any codes, so that's why I just went straight to our wiring diagram and check our circuits. So I'm gonna remove our panel and let's locate those wires, check our wiring diagram, and let's do some testing, and then let's replace the window motor, and then let's see if it will work. Okay, so I'm gonna need a flat screwdriver. There's a rubber here on this handle, right? There's a screw, and also on this handle too, inner. We're gonna pop out that plastic. Let's put that aside. We're gonna remove this connector here, um, trim piece. Then we're just gonna use our screwdrivers here. Okay. And usually, every time I remove our door panel, I start from the bottom. Because usually there's a gap there. That's easier for put our trim tool. Then just lift up a little bit, and then we're gonna remove our cable first. Okay, so let me move you guys here. Okay, so here's our window motor, right? We got four wires there, pink, black, and the other one is, I think that's orange black, and the other one is yellow orange. So our pink, that's gonna be our power, black is our ground, orange black will be our switch from the like a signal from the switch going to the motor, and this guy will be our link communication. So um, power and ground, the power should be hot at all times. So let's put our test light or something like that. So I'm using right now a, I think this is a 5 amp. So we should have a nice bright light here. So I'm just gonna probe one at the black one and one on the pink one, power. Am I probing properly? No? Not probing properly. Oh, because I didn't connect the connectors on this guy here. So I so just gonna quickly check our power and ground. No, it's not turning. You know what? Let me remove this guy. Because it says hot at all times, so I don't think I need to do an ignition on. So let's put it there. Black. I'm just gonna lightly front probe that. And then the pink. Okay, you see that bright lights? That's good. The terminals at the back, it's too deep, so I guess it won't, you know, um, have this connection at the back. But let's see. So we're gonna put this back on. I'm just gonna leave our ground. We're gonna use our ground for testing for other wires. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab my scope, the small one, because we're gonna check our communication there. Let me just change this back probe pins first. Okay. So what we're gonna do first is let's check our communication, the link communication. I got my scope here. So one ground, then one on the signal wire. We'll just adjust this. Meters, max. I'm gonna put more time base for this first. So I'm gonna try to do ignition on first. If okay, so there's nothing there. I'm still worried about this. Okay, there you go. So, oops. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna adjust my time base there. There you go. You can see that. Oops. There you go. So that's from 11 volts, almost on the ground. So let's see what's almost on the ground. So at least in our link communication, on that area and that wire, there's a communication and there's not shorted to power, shorted to ground, because if it's shorted to ground, we have to fix that first, right? If it's shorted to power, we have to fix that first. Well, as long as I can see that type of signal, for me, I guess that's okay for now. We don't really know what's going on there. I'm always checking when I check lean communication is as long as I have that good signal there, that waveform, right? I'm okay with that. So if I'm gonna try to change or do something in the window, okay, there's nothing there. So I'm trying to see if I can see something if I'm gonna push the switch. So there's nothing there at all. Okay, so that's our link communication. Now we're gonna go to the signal coming from the switch going to the motor, right? So let me change this again to so that you guys can see it correctly. My time base. It's too fast. Wait, that's too fast. Okay, so now we're running at around 11.3 volts. So if I'm gonna push down, you guys can see that if I'm gonna push down, that's gonna be holding at around 5 volts, 5.7. That's pushing down, right? And then pushing up or pulling up when you want the windows up, that's almost on the 1.4. So that's the voltage reading or the difference, I guess, what the computer or the we call it the motor is looking at if to determine if it's up or down, right? So for sure, when I got my testing on this time, because I was focusing on the driver front, I don't know what all those voltages are, right? Because I'm not sure. So I did compare that signals, same thing at the back, which is all other windows are working fine. The left rear has the same signal if you're going up and down. So up is 5 volts, 5.4. And then if you're gonna go, oh no, when you go down, that's 5.4. And when you go up, that's 1.4. So the same voltage reading at the other windows. So that's why I said, you know what, let's do a new motor since we got good power, good ground. There's a lean communication on this motor, on this connector. So there's nothing else left, right? So that's what I was thinking. So let's hope that my diagnosis is correct. Let's just hope that. So there's just 3 screws here that's holding the motor. 1, 2, 3. Just have to remove that. And I tried to, just to make sure that it's really our motor, not the switch. So like any other motor, you got power and ground. So I thought I'm just gonna jump power and ground here, but it doesn't really work like that. Because I guess that's why, because there's a link communication there, and there's a signal switch there. So for sure, this type of motor is different from the conventional motor that just reversing the polarity to go up and down. So we cannot do that type of testing now. So got here our new motor. So let's see this guy here. And this is my first time to have this type of failure. So far I never had to have to replace a failed motor on a Genesis, unless you got in an accident or someone changed it and it won't recalibrate, something like that. So let's put this guy in. Right. Okay, so let's plug the connector back in there. Use the moment of truth. Moment of truth. Back in. Okay, ignition is on. Yeah, that's ignition on. Go up. That's good. Let's put you guys away a little bit so that you can see the window moving up and down. Okay, I think that's good enough. So I'm going down now, going up. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so let me just put this back on. There you go. So we did our testing. I know for me it was a bit weird of the how the circuit is, but if you just follow your you know what makes the window works, as long as you have those power and ground as you see in the wiring diagram. Let me show you the wiring diagram first. So here's a wiring diagram here. So basically I just follow whatever this whole motor wired to ground, and we get this master switch, and it's just sending signals going to that motor, and there's a link communication in there, and the B plus, that's it. And I guess because of this motor inside of it, there's a circuitry. You get there's VCC, direction, pulse, ground. I really can't go in there because that's sealed there. As long as I know that my switch from our master switch going into that motor, we get some signal changes, even though of the we're not sure of that voltage reading, right? But yeah, so because that was my first time to see that if you're going up, I'm not sure, up or down. Up is 5 volts, and going down is 1 volt. So that was my first time to see that kind of signal from a switch, just to differentiate up and down, right? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, a quick one. Um, we learned something. I guess I learned something too. And yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.